Hey guys, it's Pam Plays Games. Welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. We are going to come back here and get this shard that I kind of skipped over last time because it's going to take a little bit of jumping around to get to. And I just kind of wanted to go and get that operation. Of course, I haven't actually gone back to Skyhold, even though that would be the logical thing to do. This one is a real pain in the ass, I have to say. I always complain about the one in the hinterlands in Lady Shayna's Valley. But as you can see, this one is a lot of very careful, and it's just so frustrating because you can't just walk straight. Like, I think I'm gonna have to jump. Once I get to that board, I should be okay. But that always seems to happen. Okay guys, and it doesn't help that I have all these doofuses running all around me at every moment. Like, they have to be within a certain range of me. Okay, don't... You're gonna follow me, aren't you? Oh, hey. Well, that worked better than I expected it to. I see half of this is sheer luck, and that's kind of a frustrating thing because it's not that I mind luck being a factor, but when you're trying to do something that does require a certain amount of skill, it's very frustrating to and there's something else around here as well. You want to be able to actually do the thing you're trying to get to. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Is it in here? Yep, it is. Another bottle. Gray whiskey, bright wine, conscription ale, a bottle marked vintage Warden Coronet. Notes of fruit and anger. I don't know. I don't think that's something I'd ever willingly drink. When you think about how often it was just kind of... I don't know. It just occurred to me that this battle was a lot easier than it usually is, and then I remember, oh yeah, because I had actually Dorian managed to get the place where a revenant was going to spawn, and those guys are just such a pain in the butt. Instructions for the maid. Oh my god. This is the definition of privilege. We will be back soon. We'll make sure the maid deals with everything. Lazar and Juliet. There's also... I'm going to come back through here at some point because there's also a bunch of stuff. A quest that you can get to pick up all these supplies because the garrisons have basically been left unsupplied, and because nobody can get through because of all the demons. So, but for now I just want to come through and pick out what I can. Some of this loot is like hard to get to, and I don't consider to be really worth it. Like, there's a sack up here, I think. So, you know, like this, that's one of the little caches of food that you'll be looking for. And these, of course, the crows are everywhere because this is going to be a great crow's feast. With all the dead. There's some guy with an arrow in the back of his head. And then, what else am I looking for? There's another group over here. They have some stuff. This is another cache. Of course, I like the fruit just sitting in open crates, too. It's very convenient. Counter-Strike ring. Ooh, I think this might be where... So I'm looking for a certain set of schematics. And over here in this particular... Oh, it's not in this one. See these lumps of, of shit? It's going to be in one of those. Yeah. I'm going to have to touch it. Now, I'm not quite that squeamish. It's more like blood and gore that tends to get me. Also, I want to get these guys. Ooh, is this one of the... Oh, I didn't want to get the snow flora. I'm trying to kill these guys. Come on. Yeah. Oh no, this is, oh shoot. this is one of the champions. This is not one of Cassandra's things. I'm supposed to subdue her and not kill her. Yeah, so that I can have the crest or whatever it is that she does. So, where are you going? I need to loot you, lady. Heroic symbol, that's what it is. Sorry I killed your eyes. But that's for the champion specialty. So I can actually still, and at some point I still will, go back and do that. You do it like the requisitions, and just to finish off the quest, not for anything. You can't have more than one specialization, obviously. That wouldn't go into a specialization otherwise. Alright, but now we're going to go back to that garrison and clean that out. And there's actually a rift in the basement, which is causing their issue. A rift in the basement. You know what? Just because I can. Snowflake skin is like a level 3 or class 3 or whatever. Something or other. I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing. Oh, yeah, I thought I saw some demons over here. I think there might be another letter over here, too. Oh, and one more of you shitheads. Oh, I'm also still looking for the turd pile. So, I've been watching Animaniacs on Netflix, because it is, A, because it's an Animaniacs, and B, because it's actually going to be gone, beginning of October. So, of course, I want to try and watch what I can before it goes. I wonder if I can climb up there, too. I wonder if there's anything up there, is the next question. I keep getting distracted. But yes, the Animaniacs theme is currently completely and utterly stuck in my head. Unfortunately for me. But again, I was talking about Project Alpha the other episode, and I've been watching Rob Paulson, his show on there. It's called Talkin Toons, which is basically him inviting all his various friends and acquaintances and people he knows in the business. Look at that. I came up here and there's nothing. Crow, please. There's more elf fruit and there's something else. I know, I can see you guys just trying as hard as you can to get up here. Infatuation. Oh god, this is the other half of this Juliet thing. Yeah, see, it's creepy. It's just creepy. Don't stalk girls. Don't proclaim your love for them when they're not interested in you. It's not okay, so just don't do it. The end. Anyway, the Silver Knight. What happened to Ser Brandis, the Silver Helm? Lord Demetrius, the only champion killed, died before the victory, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Lord Avery of Montsemard. I think that might be a song. I'm not sure. I don't care. I think I'm going to have to go up in that field. I'm still looking for the pile of poop. Animaniacs is stuck in my head because it's such a good show, and it's really a shame that it's going to be gone. But on the other hand, I haven't watched it since it was probably on the air, back in the 90s, so it's been so much fun. And as I said before, like Project Alpha, I know Rob Paulson also has a podcast, but if you're interested, these guys are just going to stand here and let me kill them. If you're interested in voice acting, that sort of area of I'm just going to follow this wolf around in a circle. That's what I'm going to do. It's definitely worth checking out. Alpha's actually, you can get a month free and just watch all their shows and see if you like it. Alpha is, they do a lot of really interesting, there it is. So, like, he had Matt Mercer on, and that was why I watched it, because, like I said, Matthew Mercer is my celebrity crush. Touch. I have to touch it. Sad weapon schematic. Now, remember we got those sad splinters from the keeps. There's one more keep that we're going to have to capture, and that one is going to be where our last set of sad splinters will come from. Anyway, so Rob Paulson talking Toons, definitely worth checking out. I mean, the way these guys drop in and out of voices is just brilliant. And they talk about the thought process that goes into what they do, but they also talk about just, random jobs, how they got to be doing what they're doing, whether it happened by chance or whether they actually came out to LA and went after it, or, whatever the case may be. They clearly have a lot of fun, and they all really love it and appreciate each other, which is something that I find so both endearing and kind of sweet in the world of Hollywood,
Cassandra,
where I think...
My mother has a friend who's a Pentagast. Perhaps you know of him.
The Pentagasts are a large clan, Dorian. I cannot know them all, nor would I want to.
Enormously fat man. 3 chins, 4 mansions, 5 ways to sell you out, as mother liked to say.
Oh, I do know him. Cousin Lauren, with the wandering hands.
These people really genuinely appreciate each other and, respect, and, like, if somebody gets a job that another one of them went for it, it's generally like, well, he completely deserved it. It was right up his alley sort of thing, whatever the case may be. He had Nancy Cartwright on there talking about all the various jobs that she's done. I mean, obviously, from The Simpsons forward, she's been nothing but incredible. But, like, I'm watching Animaniacs, and there's her voice is Mindy, with Buttons, which I had not forgotten about Mindy and Buttons. I didn't know that Nancy Cartwright did Mindy's voice. And she's lovely and sweet, and she's from Dayton, which I also did not know, so that was cool. So I'm learning all this stuff. Rob Paulson is from Grand Blanc, Michigan, where my aunt used to live. She's in Florida now. And one of the other guys, he had all the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle voices on. So him and Cam Clark, who is one of the actors I follow a lot because he was Lancer and Max in Robotech. And I can't remember the other guys' names. But one of them was from Cleveland. And yep, here's the rift down here. This one's also a pain because it's like you've got the thing going for the bottle of Thetis, and you can't shut it off. There's all these things shit in the way. So just listening to them talk about, I didn't want to do that, their process or how they work, it's just really interesting. Or hearing, I really didn't want to do it like this. Come on. Okay. Yes, Marissa Marchand, who was the voice of the Brain, so it was Pinky and the Brain, and they did the whole entire motherfucking Who's on First sequence as Pinky and the Brain. So that was awesome. They did, so many wonderful, like I said, he had Matt Mercer, and Mercer did a scene as Strong Dad from Homestar Runner, which even though I've never seen, why am I running so slow? Even though I've never seen Homestar Runner, it's one of those things that if you've been on the internet for a certain amount of time, you just know what it is. Alright, so that takes care of that. And the last one was Phil Lamar, who also has done a million voices, and some I would never guess. He did Samurai Jack. I had no idea. But he does have that very cool, sort of calm, collected voice. And yeah, I was like, that's him, alright. Can I please get this stupid thing? Thank you. God. Bottles of Thetis, Finale by Mossad. The last bottling before the legendary vintners of Ferelden. The last bottling from the legendary vintners of Ferelden before lands were divided. Tears on the glass. Tears on the glass? Tears on the glass, as slow as the turning of a reluctant air, as quick on the tongue as words that can't be unsaid. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. The words don't work like that. But yeah, if you're interested at all, and I dig this stuff mostly because it's like I love hearing voices and going, wait a second, I know who that is. I mean, I remember hearing when the voice of SpongeBob turned out to be Tom Kenny, and I was like, I was like, I used to really enjoy him as a stand-up comedian back when Comedy Central would show a lot of stand-up. Kind of, they'd do little, they'd show short little skits, or they'd have shows that just like, showcased different people, and it was like, oh my god, or like people who have been on other things that I've enjoyed. Greg Proops he's been on Whose Line Is It Anyways, practically from the beginning. God, it feels like everything's going slow in this game right now. When he shows up in different things, I just love hearing the voices and putting it together and making the connection, and then listening to other things that people have done, like somebody you hear singing unexpectedly is like, oh, and they're really good, that sort of thing. That is not a nice noise, however, but that took care of that one. And what am I'm going to turn that quest off because it's really irritating me. Also, I can't... Oh, there we go. Okay, inner circle. I'm working on it, but please set it inactive because I just don't need a whole gigantic frickin'... Now, where's that other quest? Oh, it's because it's not here. It's in the one that I have to go across the river to get. So, I think I may have finished up the majority of the big things to do here. I still have a rift down here I have to get. So going back to the voices for a minute, when I got into this game, I didn't expect to know most of the actors, and I didn't. I mean, I knew enough at that point about Mass Effect to know who Jennifer Hale was. She does the voice of Krem. And so I was like, okay, that's cool. Doesn't mean a whole lot to me personally, but she's obviously an actress that BioWare likes to work with. And she does the voice of the female trooper in Star Wars: The Old Republic as well, I think. So, okay. What's going on? Dorian. We'll get you to do this. So who was it? It was, no, it was, she does the Diagno as well. It's, Bianca. Yeah, Bianca. The voice sounded a lot to me like Maura Kelly for some reason. And I was like, it can't be, she does movies. I don't know. Oh, okay, that gives me another quest cleared out here. But it was like, it can't be her. So I went and looked it up on IMDb, and it's like, okay, this is somebody named Laura Bailey, who I've never heard of. And what does that mean? What does it mean? God, my mouth just goes. And I was like, oh, she's done a lot of voiceover work. She's done a lot of, like, anime, the English dubs. And that, at first, to me, was off-putting. But then it's like, when I started watching anime, most of the dubs were horrible. Absolutely. Like, the prime example that always comes to mind, of course, is Sailor Moon. The original, Americanized version of Sailor Moon, where they rewrote the song. Like they used the song's melody, but they changed the lyrics and basically dumbed it down. What else? The voices. Oh God. I was so turned off. I was repelled. There was one girl, I guess, that the actress decided to give her some kind of bizarre New York-ish accent, and it was the most hideous, revolting thing. And it was just like, I'm never going to want to see this. This is horrible. That was also when the internet was in its infancy, and I remember people doing the Save Our Sailor Moon campaign because there was something, it was not being continued, or I don't know, but it's like, let it go. God, it's horrible. But then I watched the original, with the Japanese just subtitles, and it was like, I actually care about these characters. They have a lot of depth when they're allowed to breathe. So that was very different. What the heck? Not more fucking wolves. I just got out of this field too. Anyway, so yeah, it was like, you know, they would have these just really pathetic attempts, and it was just like, to boil it down to its dumbest form, it almost felt like. Did you guys get that one? Do I have to come back and loot anything? The fuck now? No, I don't want it running. I want to fight it.
Goodbye.
Good riddance. Alright, anyway, so I think I finally got that. But, so it was always, you know, subs over dubs, no question. But as time has gone on, people have actually managed to, it's just improved significantly, and it's at the point now where you will hear wonderful versions. I mean, like, the actors really try hard to make it sound like to match the wording up to the movements of the mouths, the flaps, I guess they call them. They really take their time. They give the guys just as much personality, and they put a lot of thought into their performance, and it is a performance, so it's not just, oh, let's kill this, you know, let's get this out of the way as fast as we can. It's just so much nicer to watch and to listen to that I really don't even mind, you know, watching the dub instead of the sub.
Are those real clothes, or...?
They're real? What else would they be?
I thought maybe you conjured them, like your physical form.
Do you conjure yours? Is that why they look like that?
Never mind. Forget I said anything.
I'm trying to take the shortest route possible here. I also can't remember if I got the letter from this one or not. After a while, this place does kind of start to look all the same. I mean, all these scenarios are slightly different. Torian! Get out of my fucking way. No, is not the time. I guess I must have gotten this one. No, because I didn't loot the thing. There it is. So that's 6. From a Corporal Marsh. But I do like that you can, you know, you don't have to get the quest before you start getting the letters. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so anime and dubbing is much better and all that, and I really do enjoy, like, I got into Yuri on Ice. Granted, I hadn't watched a whole lot of anime before, you know, Yuri on Ice came out, because I just hadn't gotten into anything recent, and I didn't really even know that there were legitimate ways to, you know, get it and watch it and keep up with it. I watched Attack on Titan on Netflix, and that was only the first season, and like, oh, okay, yeah, obviously Crunchyroll and you know, things like that. I have to go up there. Now I know about that, but I didn't, so I just was detached from anime for a long time. Anyway, so Laura Bailey, name didn't mean that much to me, and then people were talking about Critical Role on my timeline on Tumblr, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, that's her, that's the girl who does Bianca's voice. And so that got me into, you know, it was one way to get me into Critical Role, and then I also went, oh my gosh, that guy also does a voice for a character that I know, and that guy, and blah, blah, blah. Everybody on that show does many voices that you will recognize, whether you know it or not. That looked like a face from right there. Yes, I'm going to be on fire for a minute here. Bah, burning. You guys don't have to come up here and burn too, you know. The shard isn't actually up here after all that. Please get down. As quickly as possible, guys. So that's what I find so fascinating. It's like, you know, following these actors and actresses can lead you into different projects you didn't even know about. And ultimately, you know, you can find more that you had no idea was out there. I've watched a bunch of the stuff, like, I'll watch bits of the videos on YouTube or that kind of thing. Thank you. Lover's Knot. That's really
Safe
helpful.
travels, my lord.
I can't remember what I was talking about. It's just so much fun to me to find these different, and like, I had a crush on Lancer from Robotech, and to a lesser extent Max, but mostly Lancer. And so it was like, you know, finding out that Cam Clark is not only, you know, still working and active in voice acting, he's even, he did voices for Star Wars The Old Republic, and one major character that interacts with your Jedi Consular a lot. And that's all of those. My dearest mother, all is well. Your faithful son, Hugo. So now I can go back and turn those in. And actually, that might be a good place to leave this episode. So yeah, it fascinates me. Plus, I just like the idea of voice acting in general. It's like this thing that you can do that you don't have to put on real clothes for. You can do it in your pajamas, kind of thing. God, I just feel like he's running so slow. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It has been a while since I've played this, so who knows? Where'd she go? Lady, where are you?
The demons are gone? Thank the Maker. Perhaps now we'll be able to get word out.
I've brought back the personal effects of your fallen soldiers.
This will mean much to loved ones left behind. I cannot thank you enough.
But basically, you know, I just wanted to plug Talkin' Toons, and let's see if we can try and get that one while we're over here. That one's such a pain in the butt. Because then I only have the one that's over in the ramparts there, and I think I might... I probably don't have them all. I think there's probably going to still be some more in those marshes. We'll probably take out the dragon there while we're over there, just, you know, because he's there. But yeah. Yeah, you're going to have to keep imagining, because obviously you're not going to go out there and fight them. That was petty of me. Let's see. I have to go the long way to get this one. So stupid. From what I recall, I think I have to come up around here somewhere. Grab this deep mushroom. But ultimately, yeah, just if you're interested in, yeah, see, it's so easy if you go this way. Why didn't I do that before? Because if you fall, you have to jump. And now I really wish I had the paraglider. I did it. I did it. On the first jump, I did it. That was easier than I thought it would be. It still took 2 minutes, but I can also get this loot while I'm here. And I only have 1 more shard, so I think I'm going to go do that. I can go over to this rampart. Oh, I have to run. I guess I'll jump on my horsey. You know, swing at some stuff while I'm at it. Pretty horsey. Oh, actually, thank you. Let me do this so I remember where I'm going. Because there's some more frickin' wolves. They, like, keep reproducing out here. Sorry, Hala. Didn't mean to run over you, buddy. Can't exactly gallop, can I? I mean, keep starting to and then stopping again. And see, it doesn't really speed you up as much as you'd like it to. Obsidian. Alright, I'll dismount. One thing that I really enjoyed about Breath of the Wild, one of the many things, many things about Breath of the Wild was the horses. You know, you jump on them and you kind of tame them and they become your horsey and you ride them all around. And then I found that I was never calling the horse. I would you know, board it at the stable and let it stay there. Because, like, I would forget that I had it, I wouldn't forget that I had it out, but it's like, you have to keep getting off and running around and jumping around and doing stuff, and it's like, I just don't want to leave him there where, like, some bokoblins could come along and kill him. So, let me face this way. So, we're going to leave this episode here. I'm going to go back to Skyhold after this. I don't know why I said Skywall. And do my operations and check on my war table stuff. So when we come back, we will be in Skyhold. So, as always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider leaving a like, comment, or even subscribing. It really means a lot to me. Thank you very much, and see you next time. Bye.